Hello, this is Karen with Life 4.0. In this episode, we'll cover the first of many blue water hops that we'll be making in the next 7 months. The plan is to arrive in Grenada in the Caribbean in early December. Therefore, it's goodbye to Norway for now, and hello to the UK's Shetland Islands. Hope you enjoy.
All right, what's happening today? Captain?
We are leaving Norway and headed to the Shetlands. So, yeah, we got a full about 50-hour crossing ahead of us. This is like leaving the north. We've been in Scandinavia now for 2 and a little bit. 2 summers plus a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So...
Sad, happy, what's your emotions? How do you feel today?
How do I feel today? You know, I'm going to miss the cute little red buildings everywhere that were actually throughout Scandinavia.
Yeah.
And I'm going to miss the lack of crowds, even though they sort of felt that Sweden got really busy. It wasn't busy like what we were used to in the Mediterranean and elsewhere. But, you know, I'm excited to move on to the next step, I think. It's
All right.
always hard to leave a country. Yeah.
And memorable places in Norway, putting you on the spot?
Oh, I remember...
you remember anything in Norway?
Yes. Fetlar was a cool island that we did a great hike on. We were there with our friends, Ted and Maria, and it was a beautiful... The grounds were just beautiful with the... it was an offshore island, so there was lots of craggy coastline and water all over the place, and the bog was just, carpet bog was beautiful. You know, certainly the fjords were great. Oops. Waypoint.
Take care of the navigation first.
Yeah, we've done some really terrific hikes. The Kristiansund hike that we did a video about was really a great hike.
Reiner Briggen hike up the stone steps there.
The stone steps that we just did in Lofoten, on the Lofoten Peninsula.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that was great. You know, it's just so beautiful, so stunning. I don't know if there was a particular place there, but the whole peninsula was incredible, and Senja before that, even further north.
Favorite food memories? Grocery shopping items?
Those were my little shrimpies.
Little shrimpies.
Yeah, a teeny little shrimp that is packed in water. It's all cooked, and it's all ready to make toast skagen. And I don't think we can't find the same thing, or at least I haven't been able to yet in the U.S. So yeah, I'll miss that.
All right, so we're headed out from Kristiansund. See the parts of the city behind us. We left most of it by now, but good little stopover. We're familiar with it because we've been here before, knew the deal with the marina and the restaurant right next door. Karen took me out for my birthday dinner last night because today's my birthday and we're not going to be doing any restaurant stops for the next 2 days. I'll definitely miss Norway. I wasn't sure how I'd feel by coming here. Sweden really captured my heart, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about Norway, but now I can almost feel the same tug of wanting to stay in Norway. Just so many incredible outdoor adventure areas, and being on a sailboat, it's a great platform to get to these places. We did a tremendous number of hikes, probably our most athletic country that we visited, from going up to Kristiansund to hiking up to the glacier, a bunch of hikes in the Lofoten Peninsula, and just very, very accessible to nature, and the country that's very supportive of being out in nature. And now we're off to new adventures to Scotland. We're going to the Shetland Islands first, and then down to the Orkneys, and then down to the main part of Scotland. Goodbye, Norway. We love you. Great country. Tremendous people. Very kind. They speak excellent English, which helps. We were joking that we're probably going to be able to understand the Norwegians better than we'll understand the Scots.
We left Norway yesterday morning, and we are lowering our Norway courtesy flag. After we get into the UK waters, we will raise our Q flag as they require until we hear from the border force that we're allowed into the country. So Tom's sad. It's always hard to leave a country we spent a lot of time in, and we really enjoyed ourselves in Norway. We basically motored for like 22 hours. We left yesterday at 10 a.m. It was just not enough wind, contrary wind, so we are so psyched to have our sails up and cruising along. We're over 6 knots, I think. Let me see. Oh, 5.9, but...
All right, we just made a sail change. The combined code 0 and jib going wing and wing was just getting a little bit out of hand. It was winds were softening and shifting such that we were going too far away from our waypoint, and both those sails were filling and collapsing and popping and all that. Not good for the sail material, and just difficult to make progress with that. So we are now flying the asymmetrical, which is probably the better sail anyways for this deeper downwind angle. But I will show you the asymmetrical. Got my tether on here on the jack line so that I can be safe. It's really rolly up here and easy to lose your balance. So there she is in all her glory, doing a good job of keeping us moving along when we're downwind. We're at about 160 degree apparent, and we were doing about 175 apparent with the wing and wing arrangement, and that was just too hard to, like I said, to manage. So we're on our ley line to the waypoint. Waypoint just north of the oil fields here and the oil platforms. It seems like there probably would be space for us to sail through that area, but then they have these big boxes on there where there's they call them development areas, and I assume that's where they might be drilling or planning to drill or testing, and they don't want boats in that area. So very difficult to tell on the chart exactly the distinguishing parts between those areas. You have to zoom in, way in to actually even see it. If you look at it kind of zoomed out on a scale where you can see both countries, Norway and the Shetlands, you don't see anything at all. So that's a bit of a challenge. And so you zoom way in, and then you have to scroll over to where you think they might be. And it's really, since you're zoomed in so far, it's easy to kind of go over here instead of down over here where the oil fields are, and you completely miss it. And you're like, oh, there's nothing there. But yeah, we're really enjoying having the asymmetrical here as an option. We've used up all three of our options here between the Genoa, the Code 0, and now the asymmetrical. All the three arrows in our quiver because of our mainsail not being available. But I don't know that the mainsail would have really helped so far on this itinerary because we're so deep downwind. It's been a really beautiful day since sunrise. There was pretty heavy rain overnight, and we were still motoring through that, so it wasn't all that bad. But as soon as sunrise came at 3:45, the sky cleared up even more, and we've had this. So we've got something coming here. There's supposed to be a storm coming up that will impact us later in the afternoon or evening tomorrow. So I don't know, maybe some of this cloudiness here could be early signs of that, but still, it's just a really, really beautiful day. We've always thought that this part of our trip, this 2.5 day crossing to the Shetlands, would be a good warm up and practice for the other longer offshore legs that we're going to have this summer. Kind of working out the kinks, doing sail changes, being familiar with that, getting onto a watch schedule that we like. Just getting used to being underway all the time and dealing with that. Food and safety with tethers and going on the deck. Getting weather through our Iridium connection. And so I did that again this morning. So making sure all those things work. I made a lot of notes. There's little things we need to upgrade or improve on based on what we're experiencing here. So that's all really good information. Our next offshore leg will be a long one from Ireland down to the Canaries with a possible stop at Madeira. And that's going to be at least 10 days, could be 12 days. And we'll be a lot more exposed there for weather changes. Here, this is for 2 days, we could kind of find a 2-day window and know that the forecast was reasonably accurate for that period of time. Might be a little changes here and there, but reasonably accurate. Over a 10 or 12-day period, you leave when you think you have a good weather window, but you have to be prepared for headwinds or no wind or whatever. So, all right, 1:30 in the morning on our night number 2. Guys, quite a bit darker skies tonight as we've headed further south, and also there's a bit more cloud cover, but you can still see the glow from the sun. It's about as low as it'll be, maybe another 15-20 minutes, and then it'll start to get a little brighter and rise up. So looking forward to that, but it does make it a little more involved to navigate. And I feel pretty rested. Did a lot of short naps during the day on my off watches, so that felt good. Getting our first glimpses of Scotland here. This is the northerly tip of the Shetlands. I would say the most northerly part of the UK. It's a lighthouse with a name, I'll have to look that one up. Muckle Flugga. That's what it is, Muckle Flugga. Obviously a pretty gray and rainy day. Coming around here, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. This is a good sign. It means our passage is going to be over here in a couple hours once we get down the coast here a little bit further. And the skies may clear a little bit here. But we've had the jib out on a whisker pole for since 4 o'clock yesterday, so over 12 hours. I didn't expect to be able to hold that up that long, and I was thinking we're going to have to lower the whisker pole and trim the jib more some point in the middle of the night, but nope, we've been able to get all the way here to the tip of the Shetlands with it up, so that was quite a nice thing to have to manage through the wind. The wind's peaked at around 23 knots or so. The jib did really well there. The autopilot really had a workout the last 12 hours with that strong of a wind from completely astern. And, I tried to steer for a while, and you go like 20 degrees off on one side and 20 degrees off on the other. And it's like somewhere in there, you hope you're averaging the course you want to be making. So we're not breaking the sound barrier arriving here, but at least we're arriving in good shape. And, we were doing 6, sometimes 7 knots for part of the windier part last night. So perfectly respectable.
294.5 miles in 49 hours, averaging 5.9 knots of speed over ground.
All right, we made it to the Shetlands. It's a little rainy. But we haven't gotten permission to clear in yet. We filed the right forms and just waiting to hear from them. So until we do, we fly the Q flag, the quarantine flag. And then we get to fly the UK flag or the Shetland flag.
Yep.
All right, so we're here, Shetlands. It was a very rough crossing. Lots and lots of huge waves, especially the last, I don't know, half a day. But can't wait to explore.
All right, we're in sheep country. Sheep up on the hill up there. And this is back where we just pulled up our anchor from over there. Our first day in Scotland. So of course it's all special. Even though it's a drizzly day right now, it's actually better. It was like solid rain when we came in here a couple hours ago. But we got some rest, we're recuperated from our passage. Now we're going like 3 miles around the corner to a better anchorage for tonight. All right, we're off and away from Ulia Sound. And they've got a lot of fish farming activity around this area. This is just one of them. You can see fish jumping in the fish pen there. A lot of activity like that. There's another fish farm down here. We have to go around. And on the chart, there's room for 2 here. Maybe the second one is in progress. We're going down to the island there in the distance called Fetlar. Supposed to do some good hiking. Just a 10-mile trip today, so super short. But definitely a very different scenery here. Lots of this green pasture land with stone fences, and no trees at all. So we're just had a good break last night, rest up after our 2-day trip over from Norway. But it was good to get a little break yesterday and just kind of relax in the warm cabin with the heat on and read up about future places we can go to around the Shetlands and do all the paperwork with Border Force to get cleared in. So we got a call last night that we were cleared in. So we're all good there. Got our flag up here, Shetland flag flying, and we are all good and clear to enjoy the Shetlands for a couple days.
Join us next time as we visit the sweet island of Fetlar and enjoy a coastal hike that stretches into the late evening hours as we continue to enjoy these northern latitude summer days. We then visit the seabird haven of the Isle of Noss before taking Sea Rose into the harbor of Lerwick to use that as a base for additional exploration of Shetland. Thanks for watching. Please give us a like if you enjoy our content, and we always love hearing from you, so leave a comment or a question for us.